Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research. Try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you. And this is the House of Ted Lapidus. House of Ted Lapidus and the sister company Jack Bogart are two of my absolute favorite perfume houses from France, from Paris, and they've been around for I think 60 years at least. Obviously they're designer fragrance, designer brands, both Jack Bogart and Ted Lapidus. But somehow they managed to make a reputation for themselves as a very niche perfume in the perfume world, in the fragrance world. So these two brands, or these two perfume houses, are, shall we say, they're not the usual French houses that you think of. They're not Dior, they're not Chanel, they are different. Okay, the reason is because they put out perfumes that are a little bit on the unusual side, daring side, a little bit on the artistic side, unique side, and they're not afraid of experimentation. They're not afraid of being different, and that makes them stand out, at least for me, for my taste, for my age, for my experience. I unboxed and reviewed God knows how many, at least about 30 perfumes from these two houses, and each time they just basically very impressive for me, for my age, for my taste, for my experience. So this one in particular came out in 2020 and is called Ted Lapidus Sensual Hero. Is EDT, is 100ml. United Kingdom you can find under £30. And let's see how it goes. I'm very curious. So this one is a tester bottle. I bought it for much cheaper price. I don't mind that at all. As you can see, it's a simple box, but it does the job perfectly. It says on it Ted Lapidus blah blah, made in France, and so let's see how it goes. Oh, the bottle is very good looking. Look at that. Very good looking bottle. Shouts summer, shouts fresh, shouts citrus, because it's got this yellow background, and on the juice itself is transparent and doesn't have that any color. The rectangle bottle is very nice. This is a new shape. They are since 2020 they putting out this new shape out of the bottle, which is quite nice, quite heavy. The cap itself is not bad. It's a bit of plasticky and also light, and the atomizer is black and modern. And here we go. Good atomizer. Psh, psh, psh. Although not one of the best, it's not pressurized, but it does the job perfectly. So how is Ted Lapidus Sensual Hero EDT? Is 100ml, is aimed for men, and here we go. First impression. Woo! They don't disappoint. So first thing first, it hits me is the citrusy of it. It's very citrusy. It's juicy, it's citrusy, it's very zesty. I'm smelling some bitter orange. Yeah, a hint of bitter orange in here, and also there's lemon, definitely. There is a bergamot, definitely. So it's a combination of few citruses to making it very bright, very happy, very uplifting, very inviting, and smells very fresh. So this is a fresh fragrance. I think this is a departure for them, because usually they don't do fresh fragrances, although they have some fresh fragrances. They have had some before, but even their fresh fragrances were like fresh to semi-fresh to semi-dark. In here there is no darkness, so it is fresh, which is quite a departure for them. but it's very friendly, it's very uplifting, it's very happy, it's very bright, it's very easygoing. So again, this is another departure for them, because usually they are quite on the artistic side, they're quite on the unusual side, they're on the unique side. But here we're having almost a safe fragrance, almost, because they still got some aspect of it which is little bit on the, shall we say, classical side of words. So this is quite classical, it smells very classic to me, it smells like 70s and 80s perfumery to me as well. I'm smelling some violet leaf, either is a, yeah, it's got a little bit, just a very smidgen amount of that your Fahrenheit in here, which is telltale sign of violet leaf. So it could be a violet leaf in here, because I'm smelling a hint, very small amount of petroleum in here, very, very small amount. And it's quite grassy, it's quite green, it's quite little bit of earthiness in here, and it's leafy, is a little bit of camphousness to it as well, and in the same time it's quite spicy. The spiciness in here is a fresh spice, so I'm smelling at least nutmeg, if not nutmeg plus some ginger. It smells like ginger to me, so it is a little bit of ginger in here plus nutmeg. Yeah, it's quite gingery. Wow, it's very, very straightforward, it's not very complicated, it's quite simple, and that simplicity makes it quite easy. So this is one of the first Lapidus fragrances that I would say this is a very easygoing fragrance. Usually with both the House of Lapidus and Jack Bogart, they're not easygoing, they are not crowd pleasing, they are not people's pleaser, they are not on the shall we say, on the trendy side of things. Although this is not trendy yet, because it's still got some classical feel to it, but it is much, much easier wear than the rest of the lines from the House of Lapidus. So it's very easygoing and it's very refreshing. Some woody backbone, the woods are very, very clean in here, so it's a cedar sandalwood combination, very, very clean overall, and let's put a hint of muskiness in here. Yeah, hint of muskiness to give it, and again, another aspect of clean fragrance. Overall, this is very clean fragrance, it's quite soapy in the same time. I'm getting a hint of orange blossom in here, either neroli or orange blossom, very, very small amount, not too big, so a little bit off on the orange blossomy side of things to give it that brightness and happiness, and also the white floral feel, which is quite summery anyway. So for a first impression, yes, I'm loving it, but I was expecting a little bit more complicated or complex fragrance. I was expecting a little bit on the be on the edgy side, a little bit on the unusual side, a little bit on the unique side, which is none of those. So if you like it fresh, if you like it fresh spicy, if you like it citrusy, if you like it clean woodiness, and also a little bit of the musky undertone to it, if you like it if you like it very happy, bright, and very uplifting, very easygoing. It's almost is a dome reach, so it's so easygoing, which is very unusual for this brand and this house. Anyway, so for first impression, it is very nice, and it is one of those fragrances that almost is universally liked. I don't think it will put off anybody. Unless you don't like a little bit of that camphor, a little bit of that leafiness, a little bit of that green aspect, and also a little bit of that orange blossom, which giving it a little bit of white floral feel. So overall, for a first impression, it's quite nice. In terms of notes breakdown, it's very simple. It doesn't make sense to me. It says they have nutmeg, vetiver, and something called Copernia, whatever that is. So when I looked at the Copernia note, it says it's very citrusy, so it is very citrusy anyway. It's citrusy, I'm smelling bergamot, lemon, and some grapefruit in here, so you're giving it a very, very bright, happy, citrusy feel. Undertone muskiness definitely to it, and fresh spiciness, yes, nutmeg and ginger in here. Little of white floral feel, which is like orange blossom, but not big. It's a very very small amount. And the vetiver in here giving it that green grassy leafy feel, which is quite nice. But the vetiver in here is very very clean. Again, it's a clean variety of vetiver. It's not one of those dense and thick and earthy. It's more like leafy and grassy and fresh side of things. And also a hint of nutmeg and ginger to give it a little bit of that spicy facet, but they're not huge, deep, dense or anything like that. Overall, this is a very very bright and happy fragrance. So there's nothing in here to give you any, you know, to make it particular for particular people, although it smells quite on the mature side because it's got that classical feel to it, as I said, 70s and 80s feel to it. So to recap quickly, fresh spicy, yeah, which is a nutmeg and ginger in here. Citruses are quite big, especially for right now. They are just basically dominant, and I'm smelling bergamot, lemon, and a little bit of grapefruit in here. It's quite aromatic, which is mainly coming from the vetiver in here, making it very aromatic and also green and grassy. Although it could be a little bit of and aromatic is coming from the violet leaf. The violet leaf is very understated in here. It's very very small amount, but giving it that aromatic feel. It's quite woody, which is coming from the cedar sandalwood combination in the base, which is very very clean. Overall, this fragrance is clean, is fresh, is a little bit soapy as well, and hint of earthiness, very very small amount, and also quite green in the same time, and undertone muskiness to it as well. So if you like this kind of fragrances, definitely I would say this is one of the best out there. What reminds me of a very small amount, reminds me of a Guerlain vetiver, very small amount, although Guerlain vetiver is quite dense and thick. This one is much brighter. So let's say same category of fragrance as Guerlain vetiver, but this one is brighter, happier, and much easier going than the Guerlain vetiver. Guerlain vetiver is much thicker and denser, and also the vetiver on there is much more dominant. In here, everything is understated and everything is nuances and a small amount to making it very very fresh and bright and happy. So who's it for? Definitely I would say 25 years and older to be in the safe side. The reason is because although it's very happy and bright and very refreshing and fresh fragrance, because it got some feeling of 70s and 80s perfumery, I would say this is quite on the mature side. A maturer person, I think, he will appreciate this better. Unless you like this kind of fragrances, which majority of people will do, then it doesn't mean anything. Gender wise, although it is aimed for men, it's nothing in here to making it over masculine. If you're a lady and you like this kind of fragrances, you can easily wear it as well. And in terms of occasion, this is very casual. So it's casual, it's laid back, it's very subtle, it's nothing, it's not shouting, it's very relaxed, it's very understated. So it's very very casual and daytime, and you can use it for work, we can use it for gym and things like that. Very very easy going. And in terms of season, this is better suited for warmer weather. It's very very fresh, but it doesn't have the leg to stand in the winter. At the moment, at least, it doesn't jump off to my skin too much. That's another aspect. If this one lasts a long time, then we have a good fragrance on our hand. If it doesn't, then that would be a first from Ted Lapidus and House of Bogart, that is not projecting too much or long lasting, which is a shame, because these two houses make base mode perfumes, at least up to recently. So in the next video I'll let you know the longevity, development, things like that. But for the first impression, yes, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. The only hint of letdown for me is that I was expecting it to be a little bit on the edgy side, a little bit on the artistic side, a little bit on the unusual side and unique side of things, which is none of those. But not every perfume has to be unique and complicated and unusual. So this one is aimed at the mass, and it's very, very nice for that. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing, valuable wine, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very, very beautiful and unusual and artistic and very unique and edgy and all these things, bold and big and beast mode, then I leave them in the link. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the creator. So they are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that gives them the huge personality, very unique and very bold and very big and very long lasting. They are like time capsule. They take you different places, different time, and they are very unique and artistic, and they are beautiful. If even of myself I say that. If you are interested, you can go and check the other reviews reviewing my perfume as well. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for love and support, and I see you later. Bye bye bye.